Hi guys, I'm Becca Otis from Five Lines Pottery, and I'm located in Van.
And I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, located in Highland Heights, Kentucky.
And welcome to Wheel Talk.
Hey, everybody, quick heads up before we get started with today's episode. We just launched a Wheel Talk email list. If you want to help us shape future episodes, submit listener questions, and get entered in to win one of our upcoming book giveaways, you can sign up using the link in the show notes below. We will announce the winner of the first book in mid-January. So that first book is going to be Amazing Glaze Food Safe Recipes. That is from Bill Collins and Gabriel Klein. We just interviewed them back on episode 318 of the podcast. Very recently, we bought an extra copy and we want to give it away to you. So if you get signed up before mid-January, you can get a chance to win. And we're looking forward to doing more book giveaways and ask for more of your feedback as we get into the email list. It's taken us a while to do this, and I feel like it's a good goal for 2026. So thank you for signing up. Thank you for listening along. And let's get into today's episode. Thanks. All right, we are underway. We're live.
Yay, hello.
Hello, the book club has assembled once more.
And we are with the golden voice.
Hello, everyone. I don't know what I'm
Jeez.
supposed to say. You're listening
Hey-
to Wheel Talk Podcast with Ryan Durbin and Becca Otis and me, Taylor Swilley.
There we go.
I really like that voice.
Taylor is back.
That
Welcome
voice
back.
The I'm high and don't give a fuck voice.
Oh,
Like-
no, it's like my whispering in your ear voice. Like, hello.
Yeah, but it's like I'm high, I don't give a fuck, and I'm a sexy librarian.
I love that that's the vision you have of me.
You're welcome.
That's really great. I would aspire to that.
You should. So,
All right. We are
yeah.
back for our, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Sixth,
5,
seventh?
sixth,
Sixth?
I think. If you include sixth with Taylor, if you include the E-Myth, which was technically our first book that Becca and I covered, this would be the seventh.
I don't
book
count
club-
it.
Book club. So
we don't count it because Taylor is literally she's the third leg of the tribe. They're the third leg of the tripod.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I don't know that the book club would keep. It keeps it interesting. It keeps it committed. Like, hey, when are we doing this again? All right, because it's been a little bit since the last one. But
Let's
It
just
has
say
been.
that I rarely look forward to podcast episodes. It should be noted that afterwards, I'm always like, yeah, that was great. But I look forward to book club podcasts.
Aww.
I was thinking about it though, too. Like today, I look forward to them because we literally like cover stuff and I have an opinion about it. And like when Ryan and we're working on this though, when Ryan and I, like I have time to like think about it and like process it. And when I do a podcast right now, we don't really know what we're doing beforehand. So,
Right.
but we're working on that. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's been since September 6th when we last released.
Wow.
So we've had a bit.
It's the dead of winter now.
It's a little different than Boy in a China Shop
I'll
this
say.
time.
It.
So we covered Try It and See from Megan Allman, and the subtext of the title is How to Get Shit Done While Overanalyzing Everything.
Which, I mean, sounds really relatable to me.
Yeah,
I do both of those things.
Definitely.
I would say that I underanalyze things. So
She does kind of like advocate for that, though.
Yeah, that's like the
That's like the
perfectionism
crux of
side
the
of
book.
it, and the yeah.
can we okay. I know Taylor's answer to this.
Okay.
But I would love to know Ryan's answer. So I feel like all of us should share our like first gut reaction to how you identify to what Megan is talking about in this book.
Okay, you go first so I know
Just
what you're
everything?
No, like when I started reading this book, I texted Taylor and said, I feel like I am the inverse like I'm
audience for it. You're not the target audience for it.
well, I am the failed version of this business plan.
Mm.
I I am like I like they Megan in the book is like if you set a date, you'll do it. And I was like, if I set a date, I'm not gonna fucking do it. I would rather fail. Like I would just if I set a date and I can't make it, I'm like, sorry guys. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I feel like I'm the inverse. I'm
I
the
don't know. Yeah, I feel like there's some nuance to setting a date and pay. Like, I don't know, like how committed are you? Like, she seemed pretty committed to when she puts things out there that she's going to do it, and
yeah.
you feel like there's less um expectation or like there's less risk in not fulfilling what you said you're going to do. Not risk is not the right word, but there's less disappointment or something, or I don't know.
Anyway,
I feel like it was pretty relatable to me
okay.
with I mean definitely over analyzing is going over all these chapters. Like, I there's so much time spent thinking of all the things you could do. And even if you're just like, hey, don't take it too seriously, use it as an experiment. That's a positive. Like, don't feel like you have to commit to it for so long. Or, hey, is this thing going to make you money or is it not? Okay, is that okay? Then maybe not prioritize it. Or, are you trying to be too perfect with this thing? Like, I definitely resonate with a lot of those,
Mm.
Like
a
like
lot of that sentiment.
you don't do what she's doing. You don't do what she's doing. You're doing what she says you shouldn't do.
No, I'm not shouldn't do. I think it's I put too much pressure on too many of the decisions I'm making. So I think reading the book and taking some of the lessons are things that I can implement. I don't see it as like if you are reading this book and you're doing all these things, you're doing it wrong. I would just say, hey, like you could probably relax on some of these things and you might enjoy your time in the business better and you might make more money
Wait,
doing
I'll
it a little bit
rephrase.
differently.
For the target audience.
Yeah, I'm the target audience.
Okay,
I
Taylor.
feel like I am. Yeah.
Taylor.
Oh, what?
How do you resonate with this book? Are you the target audience?
I'm I'm basically already living her life. I think. I I I have under notes on chapter 1, I wrote in the very first paragraph, I burst out laughing because she said that I want to know if things will work before I try them, which is literally untrue for me. Perhaps I already am her.
Hmm.
Yes.
So you're already getting shit done.
I have always been a try it and see type of person. Like, I, people are like, wow, you did so many things. Like, yeah, I fucking just do literally anything that I want. Like, I get an idea, I'm like, same day, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'm ready. Like,
Hmm.
I just go out and do stuff. And that's how I ended up with a lot of craft supplies and two successful businesses.
Okay, so you're a constant experimenter and
Yeah, yeah.
try it and see, or you're already doing it. It's just this is just like move in the margins a little bit potentially.
Yeah, I mean, that's just been how it's always been my MO is just like, well, who knows? Like, I'll just give it a shot and see what happens. And I don't tend to overthink, uh, business things or hobby things. I just do them. Which is, yeah, I guess that's what she's advocating for, just experimenting, just being an experimenter.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I definitely, there were definitely some things that I could use from this book. Not saying I definitely do everything she does, but um,
Did you say you were an overanalyzer?
no.
When
Well,
okay, you're not.
when when it comes to some things, I am. Like if I get prescribed a new medication to try, I will research the shit out of it. But when it comes to hobbies or business stuff, I'm just like, eh, what the fuck, like it's not gonna hurt to try. And that's how I fell into my job.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, Becca,
Yes.
what you said you were the failed version of this? Like, what do you mean by that? Is that what your feeling was about the book
I
overall? Was
feel
it
like
targeted to you or?
I feel like everything she said that she does and everything that like maybe you should think about, I already do. I'm just maybe the like too relaxed version of her. So like when I do it, it doesn't have the same outcome as somebody who maybe works like a billion hours a week. Like, and I don't care about money as much. So like I think that I'm not the target audience, but I am I I don't know.
There was a part early in the book that was talking about experimenting that I was thinking of you a little bit
Yeah.
because I feel like you do experiment, but there was a
Yeah,
part
yeah.
where it
So like
says,
I'm Megan, but like I'm not Megan
yeah.
Because she ships every day.
because she ships every day and I ship once a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but experimenting, hell yeah. Not caring a fuck about if something's perfect, hell yeah. Like throwing something away quickly because it's just wasting my time, hell yeah. Like do all that shit. I just don't care as much.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's kind of where I'm at.
There um I think the part that I was thinking of that I was wondering if resonated with you was experimenting with the having that sweet spot of giving something a chance and giving your permission to let go. Like I feel like sometimes you give up on something because you don't want to let it play out a little bit too long enough,
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
and that can limit the ability for it to be successful. So you're like, I tried that, it didn't work. I think there's a
Mm,
sweet spot of like, and she's mentioned like 3 months. It could be a week, it could be 3 months, 6 months. I think that's like, hey, there's like quick experiments where you're like, you don't give it enough time. And then there's experiments where you're like, okay, maybe you give it too much time and you're like, okay, like this thing's been dead. Like, give up on it.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
Well, should we like explain like about the book? Because other people haven't read it yet, probably.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Um, Basically, the idea is she talks a lot about what perfectionism, consistency, uh, experimenting, like just seeing everything that you do as an experiment, and that kind of takes the pressure off of uh, whatever it is you're doing. It doesn't have to be a forever thing, and it doesn't have to be a serious thing. Like you can just try.
Yeah. I think it kind of flows, I would say it flows pretty linear from chapter to chapter. She builds
Mm-hmm.
off of what she's talked about earlier. And the bookmark is great because it's got all the chapters listed out and it kind of just gets it across. It's like everything's an experiment.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we talked about that early. And then she's talking about change your mind is the next one, make money first, ship every day, never make anything perfect, action is magic, organization is overrated, and charge more. So I think it's kind of showing the life cycle of even as a beginner, you need to figure things out and experiment. And then as you get going, see what's working, be open to changing your mind. And then you kind of get into the money making side of it and all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was a good. And so Taylor, did you feel like certain chapters were like, okay, I'm getting more value out of the ones from chapter 6 and on, or
Yeah.
certain ones like that because of where you're at in your business or your how you go about doing some of this experimenting or money making or whatnot.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at my notes here. Um, yeah, I think that the reason that I have always existed this way is because ADHD. Um,
Yes.
it just the way that the ADHD mind works is this, like we'll try it and we'll do it right now. And so I just already have an affinity for that. So that was kind of my notes from chapter 1. And chapter 2, I love the idea of having a time limit for an experiment because I do kind of freeze up if something feels like a long commitment. Like I get scared of commitment. But like a month I can do, 6 weeks I can do, I just try something and see if it works. Um, and I thought it was a really great point about like how sometimes people are unhappy with what you do and you just can't please everyone, and you should not try to do that. Which I would like to add to that not only is it impossible to please everyone, but also you're not responsible for their feelings.
Yeah.
Like I sold out of these kitten mugs like almost immediately, and a bunch of people have been like really sad about it and asking me to make more, and I'm like, it's not my problem. Like,
Yeah,
I
I didn't
love that
even
they
know
want to buy
you.
my stuff.
I didn't put this thing out like a month ago, and now all of a sudden I'm taking on the burden of all of the people wanting my thing and not getting
Yeah.
it, so they're sad.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not gonna bend over backwards to make a bunch more of them because someone on the internet promised to buy it, because I have done that. And guess how many perimenopause can suck my dick mugs I still have? Like
Mm,
10. And that was
Yeah.
like a year ago.
yeah.
So,
Talk is
like,
cheap.
yeah, exactly. People on the internet, and I tend to like believe people when they say stuff, which is silly of me, but like they'll say like, "Oh my God, I need this so bad." I'm like, "Oh great, I'll make one," and they don't buy it.
Yeah, the autism in you.
Yeah, yeah, I just like think that people say what they mean, because I would never say that to a an artist or a maker of any kind, like, "Oh my God, I need this," and not buy it.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I
I'm
never
reluctant
would
to
do that.
even answer some of those polls when people put out polls about like which thing do you prefer or
Yeah, better to
date,
just not.
because I'm like, I'm not even gonna say like I want the thing on the release on this date or what. Like I don't have any
Yeah.
skin in the game. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
like you're
buy
gonna
anything.
skew their results.
Why am I gonna vote if I'm not actually intending on putting money where my mouth
Exactly.
is?
But many people are not like that.
Yeah, they're like, I want to do the thing because they're asking for feedback or whatever.
Yeah. Or they would, if you had it available, they'd buy it right now. But once that moment has passed, they're on to the next thing they don't remember.
And some of that's just the immediacy of like that gut purchase feel
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the
the
what do you call what is that?
I'm trying to remember. Impulse buy.
Impulse buy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, they'll buy it when they have that urge, like, oh my gosh, I saw that reel. I want to buy it right now.
Yeah.
There was a people pleasing quote in here. If you know you're never gonna please everyone, then you can stop giving a shit about pleasing people and focus on making the one person you actually have control over happy. And that person is you.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I,
love
I
that.
highlighted that. I love that.
Especially
Um,
as artists, that's really important.
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say something to that point. I especially like over, oh God, I just saw a reel recently that just pissed me off. It was, and I have no idea who it was. I know I follow them, but it was like these people that were like, we saw that everybody like bought these and we're so sorry that we didn't have enough. We're working on making more. And then they were like, sorry, next time we'll work harder. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Stop apologizing.
Like, it's not your job to work harder because, like, shut up.
Yeah.
I hope we have enough for everyone next time.
Yeah. And thank you. Like,
And
you don't have to
thank you.
apologize. Say thank
How
you.
amazing. Like,
Yeah, that's catering to the people that got left out
Yeah.
versus,
Thank you so
you
much
know,
for your support. I look forward to making some more.
yeah, you get to keep allowing me to do the thing that I like doing.
I
Yeah.
look forward to making some more and making you guys wait. Yeah, bitches.
Speaking of which, when am I getting my pendants?
Guess what?
What?
It's in the box.
Really?
I just have to make the label. We are one step closer, Taylor.
I'm so excited. We did an art trade, and what did I send you?
You
Bowls
sent
for
me
your cats?
bowls, like pinch pot size bowls. And then I was like, I'm going to send you these pendants.
Yes.
And first they were on the kiln shelf, and then they moved to the regular shelf, and then I sanded the backs, and then they moved back to the regular shelf, and then they moved to a different shelf, and then they moved to my car.
This is like a personal version of like your product has arrived in Louisville, now
Yeah, well,
passing
actually,
through post
first-
office.
First, then they got a chain on them. That's when I asked you about the chains.
Yeah.
Then they moved to a bag, and then they moved to the passenger door handle of.
I'm picturing this like a pizza, your pizza being made. Track your order in Becca's, the
Let's
behind the
not
scenes.
forget- Let's not forget that this has been 3 months, okay? And then
It's been longer than that. Yeah.
for 4 months.
It's been
And
so many
then-
more months.
3 months and dog years.
And then they moved to the passenger door of my car, and then they stayed there for a month. And then today, I was like, oh yeah, I can get a box. And then there was a box on the floor, and I put them in the box, and I packed them, and all I have to do is print out a label. So what I'm going to do is buy the label tonight, and I'm going to email it to somebody at work, and they're going to print it out.
And then they're not going to be
3
there
to
tomorrow.
6 business months, I will have it maybe.
No, because it'll be at work, and I'll put the label on at work, and then they'll ship it out from work.
So good. I'm so excited.
But I also added a few extra little tiny things in there
Oh, you're so nice.
as
Thank
an
you.
apology. But no
You
notes.
don't have to apologize. I know how
That's
it
what
is.
took all the extra time, Taylor.
Oh, well, it'll be worth it.
No, that did not take the extra time. That happened just today.
Just
And-
take the W. as the
Also,
kids
there's
say.
no note, because if there was a note, it would be an extra month.
No, I don't need a note.
I
I don't need a note. I fucking know you.
I am in the process. I'm in the first week of this process with Val, and by the first week of this process, I mean the exact same process you went through.
Oh
Uh,
my. My condolences.
But what's worse is that it's Molly's Christmas present.
Oh wow.
No, I'm gonna do it faster this time.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to find all the things that I'm supposed to give her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about shipping, how did you feel about the shipping every day chapter?
That was my
Did you
favorite episode.
Did you like that? You liked it? Okay.
That was pretty cool. And I mean, her idea of shipping is just like do one thing that will make you money or potentially make you money.
I
Is that-
define shipping as anything that sends your work out into the world to reach other people.
Right.
Shipping is getting anything out the door, and she did not include social media
No,
posting.
socials don't count, which to
Socials
me,
do not
I
count.
call bullshit. Socials
Well,
count for me.
Thank you for saying that for herself, but I
Mhm.
also call bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
I think that for somebody like Ryan or for somebody like me, that has, and potentially somebody like Taylor who has like a really devout following,
Hmm.
socials can really win you over.
But I
Yeah.
think it could also be a distraction because how much time are you wasting consuming the social media versus
Oh.
posting to social media?
No,
Oh,
because you can
yeah.
post on alternate things.
for me, it's a totally different time. Like I don't open the app. I open the app twice a day, like in the morning and in the evening. And so I don't just sit and scroll on it just randomly. Like
Me
I have
too.
set times.
Mm-hmm.
And with this kitten project I'm doing, I was trying to do one reel every day, and that seemed like too much. But now it's more like 5 a week. But it's like one project that I've had in my like to make list, my inspo list for the past 9 years, and then so I make a new thing, a new form, a new decoration style, blah blah blah, and then Pigeon gets put on it, our new kitten.
Oh my God, Pigeon.
Nice.
I don't know where the fuck she is. I'm really surprised she's not like up in my face right now. But we went to the vet just like 3 hours ago to get all their shots done. And usually when she gets vaccines, she gets really, really tired for 24 hours. So she's probably sleeping somewhere.
She
It was-
is the cutest fucking cat I've ever seen. in my
She's
life.
so cute.
She,
But
she might beat Timmy. I'm not gonna lie.
don't tell him. But yeah, she's in good health and she got her rabies vaccine today, so that's good. But the boys were so upset. Like we have a whole like strategy to get them into the crates, and get them into the car and like try to medicate them first, and like it's still like a horrible ordeal for everyone. Um, so yeah, I'm decompressing from that right now. Oh my God. Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about? Oh,
The
social
shipping every
media.
day, the social
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
media.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
For
I
for
count
her,
that.
she was saying it didn't because she doesn't see it as making enough of an impact on her business to count as shipping
Right.
for her. But it's up
For
to the.
me, it's been a huge impact. I mean, since the last kitten projects just have just blown up. Like I've been getting new followers, many new followers daily. I've doubled my number of followers. The orders, I had more orders this Christmas than I've ever had. And that's
Nice.
because of Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
That
invest more in it now.
if Pigeon doesn't have her own Instagram by the end of this year, I'll be
What am I gonna put on it? Whatever the fuck she does that day. She is
well,
starting to use the buttons, so she might get a button Instagram account.
Mm.
yeah, that cat could earn so much fucking money, especially with your voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Anyway,
good point.
just saying.
If
Yeah.
it's enjoyable for you, if it's not,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I
don't
did
do
just
it.
get my first sponsorship on for my pottery, so that's fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Ew.
yeah. I'm really excited.
Do we get to know who it is?
Yeah, it's the boxery.
The boxery.
Shout out to the
Sweet.
boxery. Yeah.
Nice.
Contacted me and I ghosted them on accident.
Oh. Well, I'm sure they'd be happy to have you back if you said you would.
Yeah, you could probably reply back. Just be like, hey, sorry, holidays. I'm back.
It's
Sorry,
fine.
ADHD. But yeah, I'm really excited. So you'll be seeing some content from them. And I already used them. So
That's
I
so
actually got an
Sweet.
order today from them. So I was like, yeah, awesome.
Yeah, hopefully you get it, and then you already know what you want because you've been using them. So
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very excited. Anyway, okay.
I, re-
So go ahead.
I really like her. She talks about how she does it for 20 minutes in the morning
Yes.
before
Oh,
she goes to
yeah.
the studio. And I was like, that is so applicable. Okay, this chapter is what made me like and then not like the book as much.
Like
What?
and then not like?
Yeah, because she gave some super fucking applicable advice in this chapter, and then the next 5 chapters were like, this is my opinion on this thing.
Oh, I see. So you were disappointed there wasn't more applicable advice to you.
Megan, if you're listening to this, I would love applicable advice book.
Well, it's like, could you not, uh, uh, could you not filter through to figure out what applies to you and what can work? Because it's just like, hey, this advice was perfect for me, but there's nothing that you got from the other chapters after that? Yeah, I feel like you can sift through and be like, okay, that doesn't apply to me. I'm not a perfectionist as in specifically with my art or whatever. And you're just like, okay, like, yeah, I don't stress
But
too
she
much about that.
said in one of the chapters, I think it was towards the end, that she purposefully didn't do as many applicable advice.
She did? I missed that.
She did. She was like, this is like I'm trying to do more um like more how you deal with feelings or how you deal with procrastination, how you deal with that type of stuff that's like theoretical as opposed to
Oh, so like hard. Yeah. What's the word? I just had it. Oh my God, perimenopause is killing me.
I know, same.
Oh,
Uh,
it's not applicable. It's something else that's close to that. It starts with A.
Anecdotal?
No,
no.
it's like concrete advice, but it's another
Oh,
word for that. Like that
kind
you
of
can
like
apply right away.
what? Oh,
Practical. It does not start with A. Practical advice.
a practical advice.
But I think this shipping every day thing is how I built my successful voiceover career. I mean, this is what I do. I get up, I do like all my wash my face, brush my teeth, blah blah blah. Before I go downstairs, I walk into my studio. I rip out all the auditions I have for that day, and then I go have breakfast because that like motivates me to like get, and then it's done and I can move on to other things.
Yeah, that's great.
And I do it every single day on the weekdays, and if there's a good job posted, then I'll do one or two on the weekend too if there's a really good one. And a lot of people who like are in the business are like, wow, how do you audition so fast? And I'm like, I've been doing it for 10 years, like over 10 years. So
are those auditions you're having to go to a place and look at the postings, or are they sent to you and you just have to basically, it's kind of like responding to an email. You have the email is sitting there waiting for you, telling you what they want from you, and then you just reply and fulfill what they're asking.
so it's a mix. So I get from production houses, I get emails because I'm on their roster of people they've worked with and liked. And so I'll get those a couple times a week. And then also I go on like a casting billboard site and have to sift through like 10 or 12 auditions every morning. I'm like, is this one any good? How's the rate on this
Yeah.
one? Blah, blah, blah. And then I have to decide which ones I want to audition for. And then I do
Oh
that.
man. And I would think from the opposite side of it, the person accepting those entries or those submissions, if they get a good quality one quickly, like a day or two after they send it,
Yeah, they'll
like
close the
why do they
posting.
leave it open to
Yep.
hope they're like, yeah, you're gonna get preference because you're like, oh, like shit, we've got two so far and this one's amazing. Why do we need to
Yeah,
keep looking?
exactly. And that's why I have to do it so quick. But like sometimes people are international or on the West Coast and they'll post things, at like the middle of the night and I don't get to them till, there's 25 auditions on them already. But, I just hope that I'm as good as everyone else or better. And yeah, uh,
And then practice makes perfect. You've done enough of them. If you waited and did those emails at the end of the day, how much energy would you have to do them and feel
none.
like you should do them, as well as already been filled, or oh, these
Hmm.
other things came up during the day, or
My
your
voice is
cat got
gone.
sick or whatever.
Yeah. Yep, it's
Damn, that's
absolutely
great.
true. Yeah. So that's how I do it. I get up and I ship stuff right away when I get up every day.
Nice.
Yep, before I let myself have breakfast usually. Or the good ones go away. They tend to close out at like 9:30 and I'm like, "Oh no, I missed it."
Okay. And do you know how long does it take before you know if you got it or not? Like, are you getting a boost in the morning by seeing the ones that you got earlier in the week that
Oh,
was
fuck
like,
no.
oh, you don't know for a while?
No, you don't get, well, first of all, you never find out that you haven't booked something. You only find out if you have. So I just kind of do them and forget they existed. And then sometimes I think one person contacted me from like 5 or 6 years ago. I auditioned for them and they were like, "We remembered you and we thought you were really good and we saved your information and now we have a different job for you." Like sometimes it
Oh,
just takes a really long time for them to
okay.
decide. And sometimes it
Okay.
happens same day. So, yeah, you never know.
Okay. I was wondering if it would like give you a little boost because you're like, okay, I sent it out, and then you wake up then later that week and you're like, oh shit, I got that one. And then it
Yeah,
incentivizes you to want to audition for more that week or whatnot.
yeah, sometimes. I mean, I don't, this is one part of my business where it's just not vibes based generally. Like I just have to do it every day, like taking my pills and just do it.
Hmm.
Um, but there is like a section on the website that has likes. And
Ooh.
if you get likes, that's like being shortlisted. So I do get
Hmm.
really happy when I see a like come in, but it's not that often. I mean, I've had 4 likes in the past week. So,
Oh, so that gives you
um,
a base level of feedback at least if you're not
yeah,
getting selected.
exactly. Yeah, at least I can be like, oh, okay, this I
Hmm.
have this many likes this week or whatever. But yeah,
Okay.
anyway, that's my life. Yeah, shipping every day, it does cumulatively work.
Okay. Yeah,
Chapter 5.
I did really like that chapter. Never make anything perfect. Chapter 5.
Yeah, she and she she said, I don't have a podcast because I don't want to obsess over audio or worry about editing.
Exactly. That's how we have continued the podcast
Um,
because we're like, that's a boundary for
Like,
us.
man, we should tell her how we do our podcast.
Yeah, I could tell she doesn't obsess over editing. The audio quality was good, but I found there were quite a few little retakes and things that didn't get edited out, and I was like, like if she wants me to audio edit her next book, like just let me know. I won't let those slip through the cracks. Just saying.
Because she's doing all the recording. I don't know what goes into recording an audiobook, but I'm guessing generally you hand it over to somebody in some aspect
Yeah,
because
but she seems
you're
to be so
tired of listening to yourself.
DIY. I'm imagining her, and I should ask her about this, but I'm imagining her like recording it in Audacity and like trying to make it work with this free program and, doing her best. And
Hmm.
then just because she put it out in chapters, like it's not one long file, it's
Yeah.
every single
Oh,
chapter, which actually makes it really hard to listen to because you have to manually change the chapter. I
so
guess
it's
if
like an
you,
MP3 of each
yes, like
chapter.
if you added it to maybe like iTunes, then maybe it would play in order.
Yeah.
But I had to open it in the Files app on my iPhone, and
Same.
it was
Okay.
it was kind of clunky. Like I'd rather have just one long file in that
And then you
case,
can't use the speed adjustment and stuff like that too,
I don't remember
if you wanted
if
to speed it up or slow it down or whatnot.
I don't remember. But anyway, I just think that maybe she could benefit from a little more user friendliness with her audiobook. Um,
But I think you should shoot your shot when we talk to her.
yeah, I will.
See, and the interesting thing is, I'm curious what percentage of the folks consuming her book are listening to the audiobook
Right.
because it's so short. I don't know how the full length of it is audiobook, but it's probably pretty short.
Yeah, it's
I
not that long.
I listened to it in 2 days. But I barely listened to it yesterday and then listened to most of it today. And I got interrupted at work all the time. And I also listened to another book at this after. Like
Wow.
it was short. It was short. And
Yeah.
it was, actually I really appreciated.
Yeah. It's like succinct. She gets to the point.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love
Yeah,
that.
not too much fluff or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think what else did she say in that chapter? Get rid of people and processes that make you feel insecure and bad.
Yeah.
Like she said she removes people from her email list if
Oh,
they
that's
if
great.
they
Yeah.
are like, I didn't like
Comment
your nail polish or whatever.
or they comment on her typo or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's like, deleted. Which I think is great because those people are not your target market,
No, they really are.
If they're just going to criticize everything, like even if they order something from you, they're going to criticize everything about that too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I was highlighting the running your business shouldn't be agony. Yes, your business requires work, but that shouldn't feel like torture. So,
yes.
letting go of the things that feel like torture in the business
Hmm.
and finding the things that, whether you eliminate them or do them differently, that's what, yeah, it's your business. You have control over what you want to spend your time doing. So make it work for you and not feel like you have to do it. That's like people complain about doing social media and stuff. And I'm like, do what is comfortable for you. You don't have to do this thing.
Yeah. I think maybe there could be something said about those of us who are like clinically anxious. Um, because sometimes your mindset doesn't need to shift. Sometimes you need like Alexa Pro. No shade, but like, I'm on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication because I literally can't let it go. I can't.
You mean if
Uh,
somebody complains about something and it's just like eating
yeah,
at
well,
you?
yeah, well, like, okay, so we all know that my mom was very critical of me as a child. And so that voice is still in my head anytime I do something, like I'm making a pot, like I'm packing up a mug for somebody and there's a little sharp, like not even sharp, like a little bit of rough area. I'm like, oh shit, I'm so glad that I didn't send that out with this. And I go get my sandpaper and my water and sponge and, sand the fuck out of it. And then I
Hmm.
send it and I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I almost sent that out. Like, there's just like so much self-judgment going on when I'm putting my stuff in front of people.
Mm.
um, I just sometimes that voice in my head wins, and I'm trying really hard not to let it win. And one of the things that was really helpful about that was about this chapter was she talked about what are your non-negotiables for what you'll tolerate,
Mm.
like as far as
Yeah.
imperfection goes. And I think I took a minute and thought like, okay, like so what are my things that I'm like, all right, this is non-negotiable. These I have to not have these things in my pots. These are the flaws I won't allow, you know? And I think vitrification, obviously, no crawling of glazes, no pinholes, no cracked handles, no S cracks, and no rough spots. Like those are my non-negotiables. Everything else, like if it turned out a little weird shape or color or whatever, then I'll still sell it. But like those are my like can't I'm
Yeah,
not
and
gonna
those,
sell that.
yeah.
What are you guys's?
I
I'll
know.
deal with a little wonk, but yeah. Um, yeah, I feel like some of those glaze defects, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it as a second, but I
Right,
won't
yeah.
smash it.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
I do feel as though I feel like um, we live in a very different world than she does as far as what we're selling. So the standards are a little bit different. Like nobody's eating off of her jewelry.
Right. They don't come in contact with anyone's mouth
Yeah.
generally either.
So, and I mean like so like when I have jewelry, my standards are so completely different than when I have pots.
Hmm.
You know? So, um yeah. I
hmm.
I'm not saying that she's not wrong. Like she should I think you should definitely have non-negotiables and some that just like what the fuck ever, I don't care. But um but you have to consider what you're selling as well.
Yeah, what are your non-negotiables for your ceramics?
Uh my non-negotiables is that I have a picture of everything that's wrong.
Oh, okay. So you deal with flaws by taking a picture of it and making sure that people are aware that it's there.
Yeah.
I do that too.
Like I mean like I'm not going to sell something with a crack in it. Um but I'll sand down something so
Hmm.
that not there or whatever. But also to be fair, I don't have a lot of super flaws in my stuff. Like when I'm doing something like fancy cups or anything like that,
Hmm.
it's all a very precise process already.
I see.
But it's not like if it wasn't precise, they wouldn't be what they are.
Right.
So, uh, yeah, like there's some things that I'll let go. Like if the bottom, if there's like scratchies on the bottom in the middle, I'll be like, whatever, I don't care, you know.
Hmm.
Um, if there's like a pinhole on the inside because or it got a little too thick, I don't care. Like, you know, but yeah,
I think for mine, if I'm shipping, especially online, my non-negotiables are I don't want to send something out that they're gonna see, even if I am okay with it. I don't want them to potentially see it as an issue and have a reason to reach out to me for me to have to replace it or deal
yeah,
with having
Yes.
to fix fix a problem. If it's
Yes.
gonna potentially be a problem with them seeing it and it's gonna cause me more issues down the road, I'm not gonna ship it. So
Yeah.
that's my non-negotiable. And some of that could be I have shot glasses. Sometimes they get there. Sometimes I have them and they don't sit perfectly flat. Like they got narrow bottoms and they're not perfectly like they can rock a little bit sometimes.
Hmm.
Or, the top is not perfectly level.
Oh
Usually I'll
yeah,
set those aside and I
that
won't
doesn't
sell
bother
those.
me.
But if it's
It's
if
handmade.
it's a 1.5 or 2 ounce shot glass and the top is like askew by like half an inch higher on one
Hmm.
side or not half an inch, that's kind of a lot, but um something like that. If a customer's gonna get it and they're gonna think it's a flaw, I would rather just not send it out
Yeah.
because I'm saving myself work and money down the road.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Same.
if it's cosmetic, I don't give a shit. If it's functional, I give a shit.
Mm.
That's like where I'm at. Also, I don't know if you've heard this, Taylor. I think I've told Ryan this, but there's a lot of cultures around the world and religions around the world that will, like, if they're crafters like the Amish, they will always put some sort of a flaw into something
Oh,
on
on
purpose
purpose.
because the only thing that's perfect is God. So uh
Oh my gosh.
that's actually a real reason.
Oh, I fully believe it. There are very weird things that people do in the name of
Yeah, but I definitely
spirituality.
embrace the imperfections when it comes to like what was the word I used just now? Not functional.
Non-negotiables?
No, not functional, but
Oh, cosmetic?
Cosmetic, yeah.
yeah, but I do feel we as ceramics people have a higher standard for functionality.
Yeah.
That
And
we
and then I'm always shocked when people don't. Like I'll go to a show and I'm like, I could have cut myself on that thing.
oh
Or
no.
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this thing is full of pinholes. Or like there's an S crack at the bottom. I'm like, you're selling this for full price? Shit.
Yeah. But then but then also, like, I have friends that sell things that might have a crack in them, like a glazed over crack or whatever, and God, they're amazing because they have that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Why is that amazing?
I don't know, there's
I don't
just
get it.
one person specifically, um uh April Adewale, she just so embraces the imperfection in, like, in a way that is just poetic. I
Hmm.
don't know how to describe it. It's amazing.
Well, I'd love to check out her work. Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, it's is it
It's
April,
that Adewale chick or something.
right? Adewale chick?
I think it's that Adewale chick.
Yeah. ADEL ADEWAOL
I think
Oh my God, say that again.
ADEWOLA.
Mm-hmm. Wola. Got
No,
it.
wait, A?
you found it.
Yup.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to learn to be more like that because all I hear is my mom saying, "Oh, look at that. It's too bad it's out of round or whatever." You
And
know?
like
Do you?
if you meet April, she exude, like, she just everything about her is that way. And it's the most beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching her demo at ClayCon West was you got a sense of what goes into how she makes the thing and how like she is putting herself into the pots that she's making and how she's going
It
about
is
it.
it is a poetic journey for her. And I
Right.
don't know how else to describe it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is personality of the maker. That
Yeah.
you're putting your personality into the pieces because I wouldn't. I was thinking like, is it with? I mean, sure, as you make thousands and thousands of things, your tendency to make better quality is gonna get higher. I
Yeah.
think, unless you know, uh, you know. So, but also I think some of it's like, oh, like I'm fine with that. For the most part, I'm like, I'm making thousands of pots. Somebody's gonna like this thing.
Right.
It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be perfect.
If the glaze is weird, I'm like, someone will like it.
Yeah.
And
And
if
a lot of
not,
times
I
I'll be
have.
like, it's
Oh,
not
go ahead.
worth refiring that thing to try to get this thing perfect because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this is a second. It's got some pinholes or whatever. Like, it's probably not going to smooth out. It's not going to be worth my time to keep trying this thing. So let me
Right.
just put that in the seconds pile and move on.
I do feel like, you remember that post that I made where I was crying and, like, every pot was fucking wonky.
Yes.
And, like, that post really wasn't about it being wonky, but it's fine. Um, like, but this, how many people commented how they always look for those pots is,
Wow.
like, it's a lot. There's a lot of people out there that love the imperfections.
Well, I also wonder how much people comment on that because they want to be supportive
Right.
of
Yeah.
someone that's in a vulnerable state as well as, oh, it's fine. I love it. Like, a lot of people love this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a lot of people were like, I purposely look for that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I think even when I'm doing my best, those things are still going to occur. And that may just be a skill issue for me, but there's still going to be stuff that's a little wonky, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking handmade. If I wanted it to look like it came out of Target, I wouldn't. want.
Yeah.
That's like if it's handmade,
You
want
go
it
to
to feel
Target, buy it,
handmade.
and then resell it.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
way cheaper. Chapter 6, she talked about how she like um deals with some of her anxiety. And there are some strategies there I've employed myself when I get worried about like traveling or medical things, like things that make me really anxious. One of them was worrying by using your imagination to think about things going right instead of wrong.
Mm.
And that's like an intentional practice that you have to learn to try to do. Usually I do it. My therapist helped me with this, with making a list, and like I'll have three columns, and the first column is like, what is the problem that I'm afraid of, like specifically? And then like, what will I do if it happens is the second column. And then imagine if it didn't happen, what would I do? And so
Mm.
it kind of gives you like a full picture of like the future that's balanced. And it gives you a um actionable thing to do if something does go wrong. It's like, all right, well then that's what I'll do. You don't have to think like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You already have a plan. And that like
Mhm.
gives me so much peace from the worry.
Yeah.
And then also distraction. She's like, I just
She's like,
distract the fuck out of myself when I
I'm
fly.
gonna, yeah, I'm in here to work, or I'm flying and I find something to work on, or
Yeah, exactly.
and you
I
get
had a,
lost in that.
I feel like I had a disagreement with this chapter, and I can't remember why.
Was it about grieving? Because that's the only other note I have.
No, but continue.
A lot, yeah, a lot of it's about, so it's a action is magic chapter, and talking a lot. I think what I got out of this was don't get so paralysis by analysis that you don't do anything. Like a lot of times, just getting in it's kind of like needing that spark of motivation or inspiration to get in the studio. Like just get in
Mm-hmm.
the studio and take action. You got a list of maybe 6 things you could be doing and need to get done or whatever. Like just start on something,
Yeah,
get
do
going,
something, anything. Yeah.
and get in the right. You're working toward the right direction.
I think for me, walking into the studio is the hardest part. Like once I'm in there, I can get in the zone. I know what I'm doing. But like being like, oh my God, I have to walk down there and bring my water and my phone. I got to put on my slippers. Like it just like starting the task is so hard for me. But once my body is in the space, it's like gangbusters. I'm ready to go.
Overthinking. I just,
She was also given some flexibility. Like if you're too set by, can I make money on this thing? Maybe don't focus on that. If you're having a
yeah.
tough time, focus on something that doesn't make you money and go and just, you know,
Make an art
pound
instead.
on some metal or whatever.
Yeah. Wedge some clay. Do some reclaim. You know you need to do your reclaim. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it now. Um, my brain just went into hyperactive mode for a second. Okay, so having gone through some intense grief in the last few years, you all know I lost two cats in the last
Hmm.
2 years. I definitely concur with her idea of like making something while grieving. It really does help you process, like she says.
Mm.
I have made art. I made art all through my grieving process with Shy Guy, and that includes making the stamp out of his paw print. And now I put that on like half my pieces, and that's still with me. Like having that brings me comfort, and um, we if he hadn't passed, we never would have had Peggy, and if she hadn't passed, then we never would have taken on foster litters this year, which means my Instagram would still be 4,000 followers, and all this art has been sparked just by that one event of grief.
And then Pigeon.
And then
Hmm.
Pigeon. I know I never would have met Pigeon.
Pigeon's the best little kitty.
I'm covered with scratches, but I'm happy. I'll say that.
But she's such a good personality.
She does have that's why we adopted her, because we went through a lot of foster litters looking for the one, and she just ended up being the one.
Yeah.
And both Sophie and I have just bonded with her so hard. It's really nice in the past couple weeks. Anyway, notes on chapter 7. I have one sentence. If this lady doesn't have an ADHD diagnosis, I think she should be evaluated.
That's the organization is overrated chapter. Organization is overrated.
My
this is
brain
talking
was
about-
like, no, organization is important.
I know. I was thinking about like I literally cannot work in my studio if it's messy.
Yeah. She says she has a high mess tolerance when it comes to her work. And I'm like, that's great for you, but like sometimes when I feel like I can't work, I look around and I'm like, no wonder I can't work.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking dirty in here and my tools aren't where they belong. And, you know, I need to do reclaim again and I need to take out the trash. And like, yeah, of course I can't be creative in that space. But everyone, excuse me, has their own tolerance for mess.
Yeah, the inbox zero, talking about that.
Yeah, how dumb that is. Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that it's like you're like why are you putting so much attention on the emails that are not making you money or actually producing something of value? You're just trying to get that number down and feel good about it so you don't get shame about it or.
I was thinking that, but then I was like, oh yeah, I should do that. But then I thought about how this one time my messaging app for text kept it had the number 1 on there and I couldn't find.
I hate that.
I couldn't find
no
a message that wasn't read
Mm-hmm.
for weeks.
Oh my God.
I would have you get so mad trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I can't even describe to you. And like, listen, I've done really good. Like my emails, I think I have like 57 emails that are unread.
Wow, well done.
93. Oh my God.
Dang, that's a lot. Well, it seems like a lot to me, but
yeah. Well, but are they business emails or are they like some like, you know, Old Navy sending you an email about pants, you know?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel really proud of myself for having 93 emails that aren't read. Most of them are spam.
Yeah.
But if that goes over 100, I don't know what I'll do. Now, that's not to say that I read the emails. I just go through and select them all and then mark them as read.
right.
And it takes me 2.7 seconds.
Are you an email deleter? Are both of you email deleters,
I'm a
or are
deleter.
you strictly a read? Mark it as read.
I'm a strictly read because I don't have time to delete that shit.
I'm a reader too. I just mark it as read if it's spam.
Oh, if it's spam, I just delete it. But I file things that are important, medical stuff, you know, stuff from previous jobs. Like I have a lot of file folders for different things because I know I'm going to need, you know, a receipt or like I've got like
That's a
one
good
for
idea.
like galleries or customs or, you know, swaps, teaching, like so I know where to find the email if I need it for those important things.
That's a great idea.
What I am is an email stair stepper. So I just made that up. So
I'm like, what does that mean?
Right.
So I have one email and that email had all my spam stuff. And then I got another email and that email now has all my spam stuff. And little by little, I just never look at that email again. I just take the email off. And then next, I'll get another email. And sometimes I get important stuff to that, but most of the time it's spam stuff. And once it's almost all spam stuff, I will delete that email from my phone and then I'll get a new email address and I'll start over again.
That's the most ADHD thing I've ever fucking heard in my life.
I tell you that is completely
Oh my god!
When
I never want to change my email ever.
Oh my god, me neither. When I moved
it's like a phone
in
number.
with
That's
Sophie,
like throwing out phone numbers.
yes, like throw out the baby with the bathwater. When I moved in with Sophie, she had like 5 remote controls for the TV, and I was like, "Why do you have 5 remote controls?" She's like, "If I can't find it, then I just have another one. I just open
That's
this
like the
drawer."
scissors. That's like Meg with her scissors.
Yes, exactly right. And I think that's really smart for certain items. Like if you
Scissors.
Well,
That's a good idea for scissors.
I
Maybe
Yes.
not
have,
remote
I
controls.
have like 10 pairs of scissors.
You don't live with her. The number of times she's like, "Where is the clicker?" We had just got a new TV, and there's one that came with it, and she's like, "I have to order some more."
Oh my
Because
god.
we lost it like 6 times in the past week, and we're freaking out because we can't find it.
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Some of
Yeah.
them you can use your phone. I don't know. We have the Apple TV on one device, and you can use your phone for the Apple TV.
Oh, nice.
Also, maybe my favorite part about this whole episode is when she says that there's only one place for her keys, and I was like, I've tried that 25,000.
That made me want to be like, okay, maybe she doesn't have ADHD actually.
Yeah, because
Because I don't know anyone who has ADHD that's like, well, okay, except for me, who is like, yes, my keys always go to the right place.
I feel like
Like
you need one of those
always.
lanyards that like clip onto your belt, and you have to keep it on that string so it can't leave your waist.
All the time, even when you're
listen,
through pajamas.
still wouldn't work for me. Okay, it still wouldn't work. Let me
Okay.
tell you a small story.
Okay.
So
Hi, I'm Taylor from Backyard Kiln. You may know me as the golden voice of several of the ads you hear on this podcast, or from the Wheel Talk Book Club episodes, which are so chaotic and fun. But today I'd love to talk to you about my absolutely true experience with L&L kilns.
okay, so I've been staying at Andrew's house because I'm currently dating him, and
I don't know that people know that on the podcast, so
Whoa, Becca's taken.
I'm taken.
you
And
haven't mentioned the name though. So
And she's straight. Isn't that weird?
yeah,
I still can't understand it. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm
Go
the
ahead.
I'm the
Tease.
straightest lesbian you've ever met. Anyway, so I'm driving to work, right? We work together. So I'm driving to work, and for day like last week or something like that, I walked to the door, and then I realized that I'd forgotten my keys. I walked back to the room, and he's holding the keys up. And he's like, "Don't you need these?" Like, yes. And then the next day, I walk to the door. I feel my pocket, realize I don't have my keys, turn around, and he's like, "Are you forgetting something?" and pulls my keys out of his pockets.
That's been me in every relationship I've ever had.
And then the next day, it happened again.
Yeah. We have a hook that I made by the door that says, "Not getting very far without these." And that's where our keys go. But like it took Sophie so long to figure out how to make sure they always go. And they don't always go there. They still don't. I was about to say the key, but that's not the key. The solution has been a tile tracker.
I have a tile on every single thing that I own.
Yep.
And I have left my keys at work. Today I had to walk back and go get my keys. I have gotten locked outside of work and had to knock on somebody's window to get in.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. That is how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep, it's, people don't understand the disability part of neurodivergence because we look like we're fine, but the functionality is just not there sometimes. Sometimes just isn't there.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's rough, bro.
it's hard out there.
If there was a bowl for my keys, I guarantee you I'd lose the bowl.
Where are your cats living? If you're living
you'd move-
indoors, are they
You'd move
still
the
in the
bowl.
van?
Go see the cats every day. They're feral.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Tammy's essentially feral at this point. Tammy's not. I see him daily, and I still sleep at the van sometimes. So, and like I'll stay with him, and Timmy gets up and purrs his little heart out, and
Oh,
yeah, and like we go on walks still, and yeah, it's
good.
yeah. I'm not neglecting them, but yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
We'll talk about what
I was
happened.
just curious. Okay, so wait, we'll bring it up back to chapter 8 here.
Chapter 8, Charge More?
Charge more.
Oh yeah, charge more. There was a lot of heavy breathing after this chapter.
This was the one that I did not fully get through.
Yeah, well,
I was about 15 pages shy of the end of it, so that's a big chunk of the chapter.
yeah, because
What-
the chapters are pretty small.
Yeah.
Taylor, how about you say the kind of like gist of it?
Basically, she was like, if you don't like making something, but people like it, just charge more. Or like, don't undervalue yourself. You
Yeah,
know,
it's true.
corporations always have more employees waiting in the wings to take over when they burn people out and they quit, and we just have one of us, so we have to we have to make sure we're making enough that we feel like our work is valuable, and don't hate it. And she has like some math thing which I didn't understand because my brain doesn't math about like how many things per hour are you making and how many hours per week are you working and how much you're making per week or per hour, and I just couldn't deal with that, but I'm sure it makes sense.
Yeah, I think it was essentially well, did you the part I was starting to highlight about was about billable hours and non-billable
Yes.
hours, and that the things you're selling need to account for those billable and non-billable hours because
Yeah.
nobody's business runs on just the time you're spending making something that you can charge for.
Right.
So I think that had to do a lot with the formula of I can only make something that is billable, meaning I can make enough mugs that are going to be sold at $2,000 worth for that week. And if you only collect $2,000 for that week when you end up selling them, not just that week, but then you're not really accounting for all the extra time that you're spending doing the rest of the business things.
Right.
So you did that, it felt like she was talking about like charging too much, or just it just felt a little
No,
weird
not
how you
charging
get.
enough.
Yeah, so like she essentially is saying that you should be charging more for your products and like don't short yourself, which I think that most of us definitely agree with. Like don't short yourself.
Yeah.
Um and she was also saying that like, if she has like a wholesale product that she's not charging enough for and or if she has a wholesale product and she realizes that she fucking hates making it, there's a good chance that she charged too little for it. Um and she
Hmm.
needs to reevaluate that price and charge more for it. And yeah. So, what do we have anything else to say before I go in?
I mean, I resonate with that. Did you, the overarching, well, from what I read, the easier way to be motivated to get stuff done is when you're getting paid well. I've definitely felt like that's a definitely true statement.
For
If you're
sure.
getting paid well, you're going to be more likely to keep doing the thing you're doing.
Yeah.
100%.
That's why I
Okay.
might still do my job because I'm like, oh, actually, like I'm like, oh man, this session sucks. Then I remember I'm getting paid $600, and I'm like, I can deal with it.
I can do that. Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
I think the thing that I had the issue with is that there are a various amount of situations and or variables that are attached to this. That
Mm-hmm.
it's not like a one size fits all situation, which I imagine that she would agree with. Um it wasn't stated in the book, which it's not really. I would say it's probably not as kosher to be like, I could be wrong in a book. But like the first situation I thought of was Isaac. The second one I thought of was you, Ryan. You are literally the opposite of this model. Like you not only do you do this on the side, so you don't work your ass off, but I mean you do, but you don't, if that makes sense. Like you're not like
What do you mean? I feel like I do work my ass off every hour that I'm doing it. I don't.
so you do work your ass off, but like you have to do your day job, so you're not in the studio from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
You're
So
not sacrificing your work-life balance in
right.
order to make it work.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying she is. she's like, we don't know her. So she said she sleeps a lot, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that she doesn't work too much. So like we don't know that, right? So I just think that there are plenty of business models that allow you to sell a reasonably priced item, and also there's a ton of communities and ways of selling that require you to have a certain price point of something. Like you can't charge $200 an hour. Like it's not realistic.
Hmm.
Um yeah, I mean like
Are,
and don't
are
get me
you?
wrong, we've all heard me say that I I'm for pricing items like a certain way. Um I'm for pricing item. I'm for the $100 mug club. I'm for all that shit. Uh, I just think that this is not a my way or the highway situation. And like there are ways to A, not work as hard, and B, make over 100 grand by not working as hard.
Hmm.
Like, and by not charging $200 for every cup you make. You know? Like that's just how I feel like I had more to say, but I
I
let
mean, some of it is supply and demand. If there's more demand for your thing and you're
Right.
stressed out about not meeting the demand,
Hey,
Then
you
it's
have to
time to raise your
charge
price.
more
Yeah.
because otherwise you're working too hard and making not enough money.
Yeah. But if you're like me and you've got a bunch of inventory sitting around and the people aren't buying it, then, like maybe it's time to lower the prices.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like and also she's selling jewelry too. So there's
Yeah.
a completely I think that oh that was it. That was it. Like,
Mm-mm.
as somebody that has sold jewelry and pottery, like I've actually done metalsmithing, not really well, but I have done it, and I've sold pottery. Um, I have seen the type of customers that hit a pottery booth versus the customers that hit a jewelry booth,
So true.
and they are wildly different.
Yeah.
And the so the acceptance of an 80, 100, $200 pair of earrings versus the acceptance of a $200 cup are going to be very different. And so it's going to I feel as though it is 200 times harder to sell a $200 cup than it is to sell a $200 pair of earrings.
Yeah, I agree.
That's how I feel. And
W
yeah.
would the could because she's using examples here of like the numbers and the revenue and that per hour rate. If you're making like I would guess she's not making thousands of pieces of jewelry a year. She's also not making 50 pieces of jewelry a year.
I think she might be making thousands of pieces of
I
jewelry a year.
think she might be too. She does wholesale and she outsources her production to some other people.
Okay. Because
So,
I was thinking like, it's in scale of how much you're making. Because like, could could you be making $200 an hour worth of pottery in an hour if you're really efficient and depending on what you're spending your time doing? I feel like that's not unreasonable depending on what you're making.
No, it's not. But
Because I'm not saying like, okay, I am worth $100 an hour or I am worth $200 an hour. Like, in some aspects, you are if you can keep up a certain level of production and you're reaching the audience of people that are able to pay that and the demand is there for it. But I don't, is it like a line between like livable wage and like greedy, and it feels like it's kind of tip in a certain way if you feel like I am worth $200 an hour versus I'm worth $100 an hour or $30 an hour.
yeah, I don't know. Because I
I don't
mean,
know.
that's like a very like I think that her thing is like very capitalist, like whatever people will pay, that's what I'll charge. And in some respects, I think that that is good if you're undervaluing yourself. But also like part of my mission is to make sure that people can actually afford handmade ceramics, people who probably couldn't afford it. You know, I'd have to charge a lot more if it wasn't for my day job. And so part of my whole business philosophy is to help people afford, you know, a a mug that's maybe like a simple mug, but it's like, $25-$30.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like my demographic of people.
As you get
So
more people buying your mugs, as the interest has grown, are you charging more?
not yet. But I did start the Kitten Project mugs. Used to be like $35 and now they're 50. So, but half
Yeah.
of that gets donated anyway.
Okay.
But
What if
yeah,
that meant
like
you could donate more? If you could charge 150 and you could donate half of that, still be
yeah,
satisfied with $75, you could donate $75 and you're still like,
absolutely.
I'm spending the same amount of time and work doing this thing and I get to support the causes I want and people are paying me for it.
See, I'm charging
Yeah.
less for my fancy cups.
So I
Yeah, I think
yeah, I don't
people
know.
are
I
just
feel like
less
it's
willing to pay for functional art because they're gonna like be
I
like, oh,
agree.
well, what if I break it or something, you know?
Or the classic, well, I have to like
I have too many mugs. Oh my God, like
I have
shut
too
up.
many.
Don't come into my booth then, you know?
Whoever has said I have too many earrings? I have too many rings. No one.
No
Mhm.
one. It's
No
so
one.
true. It's so true.
I have 300 fucking pairs of earrings in my fucking van. I I don't even know how many I have, but I have a lot. And like I've never once been like, ugh, I don't think I can buy this pair of earrings.
Yeah,
Like I am
that's very true.
literally I am her customer,
Mhm.
right? And her jewelry is cool as fuck. I would buy all of that shit.
Mhm.
If I had expendable income, I would buy that $200 pair of earrings in a fucking heartbeat. Right? But if I had expendable income and I saw a $200 mug, I'd be like, fuck that shit. I,
I'll just make one.
Well, I think some of that goes back to you're not out to please everyone.
Yes.
And also, there's people out there that are willing to pay it. That's the buyer's problem if they can't afford it. That's like, why, as a buyer, should I tell people you can't charge $100 for that mug? That's your problem as a
Yeah,
buyer. You
that's
can't
very true.
afford it. It's not in your price range. That's your problem. That's not my problem.
no, I understand that, but what I'm saying is like in my price range, I love ceramics, I love jewelry. I would buy like a $40 mug and a $40 pair of earrings are very different in my
hmm
brain.
I
You
think
also
maybe it
know what
comes
you're
down to
doing
the
with mugs
material.
too.
Like,
Yes.
jewelry is a prestige item.
Yeah.
It's a luxury item, and it's made of, if you're getting good stuff, it's made of gold, it's made of silver, it's made of like gemstones and shit. Our
Yeah.
stuff is made of dirt.
Yeah.
It's made of dirt.
Dirt and powders and
Fucking mud, man. It's
Yeah.
mud.
yeah.
That it just doesn't have the cachet, the luxury cachet,
Mm-hmm.
that jewelry
You're
does.
not you're not showboating your materialism and all that stuff of
Mm-hmm.
like
Right.
status
Yeah.
from the pottery that you own.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you can't
That
carry
you
it around
should.
with you all day.
You say that, but I actually have a student who does. She'll just bring her mug, like she'll go to the farmer's market and bring her mug with her. I'm like, what are you doing? I think it's so cute.
I do too, but like it's very specific people that will do that.
Yes, yes, yes. And people will look at it and go, why are they carrying that mug
Yeah.
around rather than like, oh, look at that amazing jewelry. I want it. Yeah, I think it's a very different, even having, fine art in your home. Having an original painting in your home is a vastly different thing than having a $50 mug in your cabinet.
Oh my God,
People
I
just
would
don't
drop
appreciate
600
it.
bucks on a painting so fucking
Yep.
quick.
And they don't even have to put it in the kiln.
Yeah.
So rude.
But what's the competition in jewelry? I would suspect it's a pretty steep
It
competition.
probably is. Yep.
Probably it definitely is. It's
Yeah.
definitely a huge competition. It's a huge competition.
Mhm.
They're way meaner than ceramics people at that competition.
Yes.
Yeah, they seem like they're less community, but I don't really know because I'm not in there. But yeah,
But like as far as the competition is concerned, I'm not saying every jeweler is mean. They're very, very nice. But but yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a wildly different thing to me.
Mhm.
And this is another thing too. I was thinking about how she was talking about her MBA thingy, which by the way, another criticism is I would have loved to learn that about section that she had at the back of the book at the beginning. Um,
Yeah, because then we would have known what she was talking about.
yeah.
get support afterward. Now what? That one or the get support one?
No, I don't know. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
just like an about the author.
Yeah, that was at the back of
Spread
the
the
audiobook.
word. Megan lives in Jonestown,
That.
Pennsylvania.
That one.
Okay.
I would have loved that to be at the beginning because like it talks about her starting an MBA thingy and I like the whole book I was like, what the fuck is this?
About
Um
the author, yeah.
I know what an MBA is, but it was just out of context
Yeah,
because
if she had maybe like made it clearer explaining what it was. It's like she assumes that you know about her. Or maybe we just missed that part when she was
Well, she
talking.
has a book. She has a book about it, or she has a system. But this is her other book. I bought it and I have not read it. But
what does it say? Making money.
Making Money, Mindset, and Marketing: The Best of Designing an MBA.
Oh, okay. See, and like I said, I just every time she said design MBA, I was like, I don't know what that is.
It's her
Um,
system. So I think it came from her blogging. So she's talking a
oh
lot
right.
about her blogging and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
and that is designing an MBA sounds like the formalized version of all the stuff that she's been blogging about for years and writing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I know that now, but I would have known that a little bit more if the about and also her about section like makes me want to read the book, right?
Hmm.
Like I was like, oh man, this I was gonna be like, oh man, this bitch has done a lot.
Yeah, it gives her credibility. Like I
Yeah,
think with the audiobook it might have been a good idea to have like a forward and to say like here's who I am and here's what I've done, if you're not familiar with my
mm,
work.
oh, also, I started reading the book because I got the digital copy too.
Hmm.
I actually started reading it in print before I started listening to it. And she actually has like an updated forward on her, like in 2021 or something.
Oh, really?
About,
forward to the 2022 edition. That's what I got.
yeah. Hey, will you read it?
Sure. In the 3 years since I first wrote this book, I've become more attuned to the harm that our productivity. Man, I hate fucking reading out loud.
Hold on. Let me find out.
Productivist culture and the culture of hustle has on us as humans. Overwork, exhaustion, and burnout are real problems facing all of us, particularly those of us in the creative community. The last thing I want anyone to do in reading this book on productivity is feel like they have to work longer and harder to achieve more in their creative goals, because
Okay,
that
I'll
is
get it.
far from the point of this book. Next
Okay,
chapter. Go ahead.
I'm your ableist. In fact, is that the right word?
I have no
I'm
idea what you're trying to
I'm
say.
looking right at it. Yes, that's exactly what it says.
no. I'm the one. I'm.
In fact, I state pretty
In fact,
explicitly.
I state pretty explicitly in the introduction that this is not how I operate. I get at least 8 hours of sleep every night. I make time for friends and family. I don't open my computer after dinner, and I rarely work on weekends. If I do, it's usually because I'm in my studio for fun. In the years since I first wrote this book, I've even cultivated a new hobby and become a full-on plant lady. Yes, Try
Oh.
and See is a book about getting shit done, but not at the expense of our mental or physical health. Instead, it's a book about shifting our mindsets so we can accomplish more in less time. Because ultimately, while I know that what we do or don't produce does not define our worth, I also know that as creatives, we want to do more. Many of us have more ideas than we have hours in the day. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make more. Creating is as old as humanity itself, and for many of us, we are not happy when we are not creating. And that's what this book is about. It's not about subscribing to productivists BS or hustle culture. It's about letting go of the limiting beliefs, the worry and anxiety, the perfectionism, and all the other stuff that keeps us from creating our best work. Because that's what I want for you to have the time, space, and energy to create your best work. Because the world deserves your best work, and your best work comes when you learn not to work harder or hustle more, but to get out of your own head and your own way. So that wasn't in the audiobook. So if you do buy this book, make sure you read that again.
I think that speaks to a lot of what we were just taught. Like, I think that is a good reason why charging more makes sense for
Yeah.
what she's talking about.
Right.
And no,
I,
I agree. I admittedly forgot about that intro when I was reading it, probably because I was at work. But or that forward. But also felt like it had like when I remembered it, I was like, oh yeah, we should share that because she does like address the idea, not the idea, but maybe the like misconstrued situation that some people have, you know?
about what?
Misconstrued is my new favorite word.
The misconstrued about how much or how hard you have to work?
Yeah,
Or,
how long, you know? Like the hustle
yeah.
culture thing, you know?
And if you read her book, it's quite obvious that she is not about that.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, yeah. Um,
Well, did you read the afterword? Because I had a note on the afterword too.
I
I
did.
didn't. I did not.
So she talks about like if you find things from a book, not any book that you've read that are helpful to you, like write them down and put them in a place where you look at them.
Yes.
And I thought that was great. In fact, and I have done this. I'm looking at things around my studio right now. I've got like a little sticker on my computer that says taking care of yourself is productive. And I've got like another thing that says rest before your body makes you. And like I've got uh, how to not apologize in emails, things you can say instead, you know. So I've got a lot of these things around, but I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I have made this plate like 2 years ago now, I guess. It's kind of dusty. And it just says no more being taken advantage of. And I've pressed like some plants and stuff into it and glazed it with a nice like celadon. It's very nice. And I made it so I could keep it here in my studio. And every time I'm tempted to like undercharge for something or just give somebody a price break on another revision or whatever that I didn't plan on doing, I look at it and I go, no, no more being taken advantage of. And I think putting the words into clay is even more powerful because it's so permanent. It's not like a sticky note you could
Yeah.
crumple
Hmm.
up and throw away. It's like a thing, you know?
Yeah. You put a lot of time into starting from scratch to getting that fired and all the way onto your table. And
Yeah. And I think that is a way to really even take another step in making meaningful things more helpful to you in your or more helpful things more meaningful to you in your practice. Um, I made like a note of like, what do you think shipping every day looks like? I just don't know what that looks like for a potter, other than social posting or making a thing.
well, I
I
mean,
what
How can
about
you
her
ship every day?
Pinterest things, like her Pinterest blogs? Like what about like posting a picture on Pinterest or doing an email list? Like an email like, "Hey, just checking in. This is my joke of the day." Um,
That's cute. I would subscribe to your joke of the day email list.
can I do a meme of the day?
Yeah, of course you can. There are no rules. Try it and see, Becca.
try it and see. Yeah.
Yeah, I will
Experiment.
do a meme of the day. I don't know if you, I mean, usually my memes are the ones that I find are just pictures anyway, so it'll work out perfectly. Um, yeah.
I mean, the obvious for me and why I have stock in the online shop is I have it there so that I can make a sale 365 days a year. And if it sells, then I can pack it and ship it. That's the literal shipping every day. But yeah, I think crafting an email that you're gonna put into a email campaign for your email list is good. Signing up for that art show that you need to sign up for that you have been thinking about, that's
Ooh,
probably
that's a good
shipping.
one.
Um, Taking photos of your work to apply to art shows or
Yeah, I
um
think that like even
replying to consignment shops or wholesalers that are reaching out to a wholesaler that see if they want any more something from you to order.
I think that even taking a picture of something and maybe just posting it on your website is enough, or Etsy or whatever. Like, because I do feel like because with I would imagine with her jewelry, it's a little bit easier to just take a picture of one and then
Mhm.
remake it.
Right.
And with ceramics, it may not be that easy, especially. Oh, I remembered what I was gonna say. Especially with like potters that maybe can't make the same thing every time, you know?
Mhm.
So like even just taking a picture with your phone and posting it on your website and or on social media and saying this is for sale, you know? Also I remembered why I had an issue with the last chapter.
Go ahead.
They charge more. Yeah.
Yes. I remembered this was my main reason because I was trying to figure out why I actually had an issue. Um, I feel as though it does not account for mediocre work.
I feel like
Uh,
it did a little bit.
Kind of,
She was
but
like, "Don't raise your prices until you get through all the rest of the steps." You know?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's why it's the last
She was like,
chapter.
"That's why it's the last chapter." Because
That's why
Uh,
it's like a
yeah,
timeline of yeah,
of
right?
be-
steps to take. Yeah.
yeah, because like to her, like, um, I mean, she's an amazing metalsmith person thing, and so, but like, we see, especially with pottery, we see all levels of, um, not only all levels of pottery, but all levels of intricacy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's more I feel like it's more the standard that people start underpricing rather than overpricing out of the gate.
I
I
Yeah.
know
think
I
they
felt like
should.
I started pricing at $15 for a mug.
Yep,
So
me
I
too.
could always charge more as I was going. Like as I'm learning and figuring things out, I should be charging more.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays you can have real shitty potters that are charging like $1 billion because they got famous on Instagram. And I fucking hate that. But that's also another topic for
I
another
think
day.
that's rare though.
Is it?
Yeah, because people are gonna buy the work and then not come back if it's shitty. You
I
know,
think the market will
the
let
market
them
will.
know that it's
Yeah.
not good enough.
Yeah. But I
Maybe.
think that I just now I feel like I have to reread chapter 8 and I'm mad about it.
Sorry.
It's fine.
That's good because I wasn't really sorry.
No, I do feel like I want to reread the book, re-listen to it before we talk to her.
What you mentioned Isaac earlier. What did you mean by his strategy? Because he's priced a certain way so that his neighbors can afford it and all of that, and he shouldn't. He takes a different approach where he's focusing more on volume and
Yeah,
his neighbor over charging more to feel like you're squeezing
yeah.
the customer. Not
Hmm.
squeezing the customer, but
And also you're like a reasonably priced situation, but your output is so high that like you can charge the prices you have and still make over 100 grand, you know? And like,
yeah,
how much did you say you were working a week?
about 40 hours a week in the pottery.
40 hours a week. So that puts you at a 9 to 5, like by yourself. If you didn't have, um,
Well, are you talking profit though, or are you just talking revenue? Because profit was like 72 grand.
okay, whatever. That's more than like a billion
That's
people in the
certainly a livable wage.
um so yeah, but oh, also I would really love to know I want to know the percentage of her profit versus her gross. Um because I was really I'm just for pure interest on that one.
Yeah, I'm curious about how much she makes like wholesale versus selling direct. Like what percentage of that
Yeah.
is, you know?
And I mean, we talked about that with Heidi too. Like, you need to start pricing your pieces for wholesale instead of retail so that if you sell wholesale, it makes sense. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like there was a lot of things in here that actually I can feel like Heidi has kind of talked about, you know? Heidi's a Heidi's talked about a lot of these different
I
topics.
want to know if Heidi learned from Megan or if Megan learned from Heidi.
Because
Or maybe they all came up with it
because the
separately.
way that she goes about how much time she works and what she spends her time doing outside of the studio, like she kind of like, hey, I got this routine. This is what I do. I call it a day at 5. I work on this thing. I don't work on weekends. I sleep enough. I charge a certain amount of money. You know, it seems very manageable, at least from the outside looking in.
It seems impossible.
Why?
What's impossible?
It seems impossible. Like, the list of things that she said that she does seems impossible. Would
Oh,
you?
well, she said she does them in spurts, you know? She doesn't do them all at one time in one day. Like, she'll do, for a while, she'll do all wholesale stuff, and then she'll sink time into a book, and then she'll do more coaching, and like,
Oh,
again,
sorry. I
ADHD
was thinking
style.
about Heidi, what Heidi's
Oh,
output was.
oh, okay.
You're talking about Megan's
Yeah,
output.
I'm
I
talking
didn't.
about Megan. No, I don't know about Heidi.
I mean, Heidi's output's insane.
Well, I mean, if Megan is starting her day with doing a little bit of this or a little bit of that from one of those 3 revenue streams every day, she's done with it, or she writes a blog in 15 minutes. She's wrote 17,000 blogs or something over time. Like,
This is
15 minutes.
about practical application. I need to know her schedule so that I can do the
But her
exact.
schedule's not going to work for you because she's been doing
It
it for
will.
years.
It will, because I'm the failed version of this.
Well,
You
maybe
would
you
do
should
it
read
for
her other
3 days
book.
and then you'd be like, okay, I'm not
Yeah,
going to
you'd be
do
like,
that.
I'm so bored. I tried it and it didn't work. I tried it for 24 hours. It was awful.
I did this for 7 seconds.
Yes.
I love her goal. She was talking about the goals, and maybe that was in the experimenting or when she was goal planning. She sets out to build a list of experiments she wants to do, so it doesn't put so much pressure on the goals that she has because it's
Hmm.
too like, ooh, I gotta hit this number or whatever.
And
It's
you
like,
can't
dude,
control that.
you don't even know what is possible. You haven't done this before,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I like that part.
I was thinking about that when that was like, I was listening to it and I was like, wow, too little, too late. As I like set a $15,000 goal for 3 months.
That's a, I mean, I was just reading this thing about the more money thing. Is she's talking about some of the more money is like there are things that are going to come up that you can't plan for that you're going to need more money for. So you should be making more money on a regular basis to account for something that you can't plan for, or you need to have flexibility to be able to spend your time doing things that are not working. So you don't have to go, I have to go do this because I have to make money and I have to get to
Right.
the, but
In like 6 months of depression.
so yeah, or like I need to pay for a hand surgery, or I need to plan that I'm not going to feel like being in the studio for a certain period of time. So I need to like
Yeah.
Yeah,
take
not
advantage of it when
expect
I
that of
can.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really true.
Anyway, I'm still setting that goal and I'm still hitting it. So it
Were
doesn't.
there
Fuck
any
yeah.
things from the book that you are there was a couple things that one thing I'll mention was the perfection thing in the starting and experimenting. I that's why I got the espresso mugs on the shop in the fall or
Yeah.
in the late winter because I was reading this and I saw her talking about like don't wait until it's perfect. Get it good enough, get it out there, get it
Hmm.
photographed, and I know that I can meet up with the production level of it, keep up with it, get it out there, see what happens, and then kind of rise to the occasion if something were to happen. And if it doesn't, otherwise I would take photos and make sure I had like 40 in stock and get them glazed and ready to go and hope that the sales are going to be there. And by that time, I would have launched them in February or March when it's not as buyer friendly.
Right.
everybody's buying in the holiday season. So if I would have waited, I would not have gotten, you know, like 50 orders of whatever the orders were. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
I would have missed out.
Yeah.
So I implemented that almost immediately after I was reading that part.
And you cashed in.
Mhm.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been like that. I got sick of like giving pottery away for free when I first started, and I was like, well, fuck, I'll just start an Etsy and like put some stuff up for like $15 and see what happens. Now here I am, no longer on
There you
Etsy,
go.
but people are paying money for my work.
It's hard to know what it's gonna feel like when you get those like cha-chings and stuff.
Yes.
It's a good, I don't know if it's a motivator for you or if it's just like, oh, that's less things in the house, so I can free up.
Yes, both.
So I can make more stuff, but
Exactly.
it's definitely a motivator for me when I'm like, when they're talking about making, we skipped over the make money, or
Oh yeah.
the make money, was it make money? It's not make money.
It's
Make
like do
money
something
first.
every day that's making
Make money first.
Yeah.
So like, if you're not doing something to make you money, I don't know. Was that too? That's kind of like the charge more. We skipped over that, but were there any things you remember from that?
Making money.
It was prioritizing your day, like do the thing that makes you
Oh.
money first or has a potential to make you future money. I mean, that's Taylor,
Right.
that's what you're doing with your
Yeah,
auditions.
that's literally what I do every single day.
So
Yeah, when it comes
prioritizing
to
those
ceramics,
things.
everything's just kind of based on vibes. But that's because I have another business, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, did I have anything else? Let's see. I do think she could benefit from, this is just like my feedback as a reader, maybe assuming less about the person who is reading the book. Like especially her introduction feels like really confrontational and like telling you how you are and like saying, you are using fucked up systems you learned in school. And like, no, didn't go to school for long. Was in homeschooled for a really long time. So this is not me. Like I felt like it was really like the tone of the whole book, and I think she's trying for like a tough love kind of deal, but it came across as just condescending, which made it harder to listen to what she had to say. She didn't come at it from a place of curiosity or gentleness at all. It was like, you're fucked up, but I've got the answer. And I didn't really appreciate that. I was kind of like, who the fuck do you think you are? You don't know my life.
You aren't approaching your work with the right mindset. You're letting fear and doubt and resistance derail your efforts before you start.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
doing any of that shit. Like, and maybe I'm being too literal, but like, it just didn't feel good. It didn't put me in a mindset to listen.
Maybe we should say, if you're autistic and or ADHD autistic and or ADHD, maybe take that part with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Like you already probably tried and see. But you might not. Like my sister's completely like, she freezes up and she does this perfectionist thing, like afraid to post on social media because she's going to fuck it up or not do it right or whatever.
Yeah.
And I recommended this book to her because I was like, yeah, like I think maybe you could benefit from an experiment,
Yeah,
I also not feel like everybody's watching you and concerned about what you're doing.
Because really, nobody cares.
Yeah, most people, nobody gives a shit. It's up to
fucking
you.
Social media. Like no one is watching you that closely, except my friend Carrie is. Shout out to Carrie if you're listening to this.
Carrie is.
She is the real one. She's like my biggest supporter, and she like watches all my stories and comments on every reel, and she's like the best.
Wow.
Anyway, shout out to Carrie.
Also, if you have PDA,
pathological demand avoidance.
Oh, I'm like PDA, like
not
public displays of affection.
No, wrong one.
You have pathological demand avoidance like I do, or potentially do.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that because of the quote unquote tough love, of this book, it made me not want to do anything.
Yeah, it's like, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You're not
So-
my mom.
It's the fuck
Now,
you.
I
I want
won't
to
do
do.
it.
I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
I also understand that about myself, so I was like, I get it. Like, I understand myself enough to know that that's exactly what was happening. But like, keep that in mind. Like, if you're a person that is very like, fuck you, like just daily, then you need to go into this book knowing that that's you. You know?
Yes, and
No?
try to take the good stuff out of it anyways.
Yeah, because there is a lot of good stuff. But
Yeah.
it would be like if I was writing a book.
Yeah.
What would be like if you were writing a book?
Book.
Oh, you mean you'd have that kind of combative tone right off the bat too?
100%.
Oh, she would definitely have
Oh, I would not read that book.
that.
It would be like, no, I think that that's like, truly, it feels like I'm reading my own book.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So you basically wrote this book.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I am her, you know.
But I haven't excelled to the point that
We can tell her. You can tell her that on Monday.
I literally told you that before we even started, Ryan. I said, I'm the failed version of this book.
You haven't failed. You just need more experiments.
Yeah. It's not a failure.
I
It's a,
just have debilitating depression.
Yes. That will do it to anyone.
that will have an impact for
And
sure.
Purple tunnel.
I thought you just said purple tunnel. I was like, what the fuck is purple tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Carpal tunnel.
Oh, P.S. I got my surgery date. It's February 20th.
Oh my god, really? Of this
February
year?
20th.
Yeah, for my right hand. And then I think I'll do
Oh.
my left hand probably 3 months after that.
Oh man, it's time for you to launch that Becca's hand job thing.
Yeah.
No, oh, that sounds so wrong.
What?
No,
Becca's hand
she's
job
not
thing.
giving off hand jobs. She's not giving out hand jobs. She's getting hand job.
What? She's getting hand jobs.
Okay.
What?
It's going to be called Support Becca's Hand Job.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
She was like, I shouldn't do that, right? And I was like, you should absolutely do it.
It's a
People
good thing
will love it.
social media.
Oh my god.
You're gonna
That's
like
how you get noticed.
Yeah.
Except you
I-
probably have to like change the word hand job a little bit because of the algorithm.
Yeah. I was like, you're gonna put a decal on it that says I support hand jobs or something like that.
I
Supporting-
supported Becca's hand job.
No. Supporting one hand job. No, supporting hand jobs one cup at a time.
This is amazing. You need to sell stickers. I will buy them. I supported Becca's hand job. Zzz. I'll put that on my car.
Jobs.
Oh, it should be job and then with the S or a Z in parentheses.
Z. Yes. Yep.
Hand
That's the kind of
jobs.
sticker that people like. It's the most hipster, like wonderful, like no one will have any idea what it means except for us, and it's great.
Or I could just say this one day I supported a hand job.
That just sounds like you bought a sex worker
No,
for someone else.
Remember that one time I bought this sticker for a hand job?
No. What? That would be great. But that's too long for a sticker.
Is it?
It is too long.
I don't
Stickers
know.
got to be punchy.
Andrew might disagree.
Well, Andrew and I
Stationary-
can disagree about things.
Stationary Andrew.
Stationary.
I don't know that
Yeah.
he's a business expert or an expert on stickers. Has he ever made stickers?
You're talking
'Cause
about
I have.
stationary Andrew that has stickers.
Oh. Okay, fine.
I'm sorry, there's 4 Andrews in my life. I
Too
apologize.
confusing.
I know, it's ridiculous. When
All
I
right.
told my mom, she was like, how many Andrews is that?
Collecting Andrews.
Do you know what? Stationary Andrew was like, why are you collecting us like Pokemon?
This is my fire Andrew. This is my water Andrew. This is my grass Andrew.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
I love it.
All right, we have a date on the calendar, February 20th.
That's
Becca's
so great.
right hand. That's great.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hey, you did something. You shipped something today. You got a thing scheduled.
Yes.
That actually happened on Friday, but yeah.
Okay. Well, that can scale a couple days at least.
Yeah, for sure. We'll count it. Because it's going to
Yeah.
make a big difference
That's a
in your
big deal,
ability
yeah.
to produce stuff that you want to produce, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious how debilitating the rehab is going to be.
That's why that's why I think I'm gonna try to get the last surgery as late as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Give you lots of time to.
yeah, because I think that I'd rather like if a lot of surgeons will do the surgery like right after, and
Oh
I
no.
I feel like with especially my job and everything like that, if I don't rush it, then maybe I won't overwork the left hand.
Yes.
So yeah, or
Good
the
point.
right hand when the left hand is done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do need to start making stickers. I do feel bad that shit.
What?
I traded my iPad for a tattoo.
Oh my God.
Becca quote, I traded my iPad for a tattoo.
You're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
To be fair, um, it was to Jack, Val's son, who's a tattoo artist. So
That's the chapter. I traded my iPad for a tattoo. What did I do with that?
chapter 11. I traded my iPad for a tattoo.
Oh
Or
my
I guess
God.
there's 9 chapters. Sorry, there was 10 files.
Yeah, that was confusing too. Because it's they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, blah blah blah, but they're actually the next
chapter.
number because
Wait,
one of them's the forward. It's so
Oh, I was gonna say,
confusing.
how did they put the introduction and everything in there in the
No, the intro is labeled 1, and then chapter, and then it says 2, chapter 1.
Yeah.
It says 3, chapter
Oh,
2, and it's like,
yeah.
ah!
There's 8 chapters, yeah.
Yes,
No.
there are just some things that could make it a little more user-friendly.
Okay, yes. But to her point, and also to her point about not being perfect, there's that. And also it kind of does give you that like homemade pie feeling.
I don't like that
I
in
know
my
you
audio. I don't like that.
Yeah, but that's your job.
Yeah, I know.
Taylor's all about the audio. So.
But okay, I listen to a lot of audiobooks and it makes you look bad. You look less credible if you don't have something that works in a functional way. If your mug handle doesn't fucking let you put your hand in it, that's not a good mug. Like it's not functional. It's
maybe
gotta be
the book wouldn't
user-friendly.
exist if it had to be to that though.
Maybe so, but I
And
just think
and maybe this
maybe
was
in the
the first
next
experiment.
version.
I think this was
You
the
know
first
what?
book, actually. I don't think I believe this was the first book Megan wrote
You know what also
and
looks
put out
bad?
there. So
You know what
What?
also looks bad? Becca
What?
and Ryan not editing the podcast for 8 fucking years. So
I'm
like,
not going to comment about that.
but I mean, that's what I'm saying. We all choose to do certain things because we know that if we didn't choose that thing, we wouldn't do it.
Yes, yes, but you can also outsource it
that's true.
and talk
That
to
is true.
someone who has more experience in it
That
and
is fair.
find out what makes it user friendly.
That is fair. And
You
it
do
does,
want it to be user friendly. That's
That
what I'm
is-
saying.
that
That's
is
accurate. Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, she needed a better microphone. I'm like, hey, maybe
Right.
this would have been easier to listen to because that is what she wants people to do, listen to it.
yeah, that is-
Mhm.
So that's all I'm
Was
saying.
how did you like I didn't listen to it, but were the vibes similar to like a Mikey Bikes situation, Profit First kind of vibes?
I
With
can't
got a little more personality in there?
Oh,
or
no.
okay. Okay.
No, I thought the delivery was good. Like it felt like her reading her own blog aloud. It felt like she was talking to me. Like I have no gripes with her style
Nice.
at all,
it is good.
which is surprising for somebody who like has never been an audiobook narrator.
Yeah.
I love that.
Would you do that, Taylor?
An audiobook?
Yeah.
Fuck no. You know how
No?
much they pay?
Not enough, I'm guessing. Charge more. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
no,
not a lot of
even-
money in books, I don't think.
Even the big names, it's just that there's so much. It's like 13 hours of audio, which means like 25 hours
I
that
was
you're
gonna say-
speaking nonstop.
I was gonna say
And
how
you
much
get,
of it
like-
is redos and all that. It's
Yeah, it
like,
depends on
is
how
it like
good you
double?
are. It depends on how good you are. But like
Hmm.
that is such an astronomical amount of work, and you get paid like a fraction of a cent per word. Like it's the worst paid job in the business, and everyone was always like, "Oh, do you do audiobooks?" I'm like, "Fuck no, I would never do that." Like I can do a 30-second spot for $600, I will do that. Hell, I'll do a 30-second spot for $100 if it's the right kind of thing, you know?
Mhm.
That's way more per. Work smarter, not harder. Audiobooks are not it. Actually, character work is paid the worst in the industry. I should have. It's audiobooks are the second worst. But if it goes really big, if you do like profit sharing or something, then maybe you can make some money if the book is successful. But there's
Yeah.
like no guarantee, and then you've done all that work.
Mhm.
So, yeah, nope, not for me.
All right, behind the scenes.
Found the word that you were looking for. It's more accessible.
Accessible.
There we go.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if you were looking for it. I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job finding it.
You're just asking for a more accessible book.
That's exactly right. I just want it to be more accessible.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll have to determine what the next one is. We don't know yet, but
Yeah, we're not going to do that on air.
I have an idea, so I'll let you know, but I have the book in my studio. Somebody gave it to me, and then a friend was like, that book changed my whole perspective on my art journey.
Wow. Okay. I'm down.
that's pretty heavy there.
So,
High expectations here.
right, and I haven't read it, so.
Okay.
Oh, good.
But
I
have.
think there should be a challenge that we read a book that Becca doesn't say, I already do all this stuff, or I already knew all this stuff.
I wrote this book.
Like, it's like every single one that we have read, I feel like she always says, I just already knew that.
Yeah, okay, to be fucking fair, I went through my business book era like 10 years ago, okay? Like, it's like, it's more that like, I've read, like, every fucking business book is the same, and every fucking book about like being creative is the fucking same. It's all just like, do this, do this, do this. No fucking shit, Sherlock. Like,
What?
oh, like, do something every fucking day in the morning for yeah, I heard that from this fucking rich fucking person, and they said to do that to be successful, like, in a different way, but they said it. Now, do I need to be reminded of it? Yeah. But, like,
I mean, some of those things are pretty simple anyways, right?
yeah, and it's
Yes.
like,
If you do the same thing for a long enough time consistently, you're probably gonna, figure it
yeah,
out
it's like
and
this
have some
shit.
success.
Yeah, it's like this shit that you know, and you like hear it, and you're like, yeah, that was really fucking smart, even though it was super simple, and I needed to be told that. It's like, the simple stuff never gets doesn't occur to you. I don't know if occurrent is a word.
Oh,
but
it definitely doesn't occur to me.
yeah, like you need
It
to
does
be
not occur to me. Yeah.
But what's crazy and frustrating is that like every single self-help / business book out there tells you the exact same thing. This one, I'm honestly, the whole ship every day thing was a new thing. I was like pleasantly surprised.
Wow, look at that.
I mean,
Okay.
like, obviously, like, obviously we know we should do something every day, but I liked her concept on it,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to not like I talk to the president at Speedball all the time, and he's like, "Oh, have you read that?" I was like, "Yeah, I read that fucking 10 years ago." Like,
But also, you're in a different spot of your life. Like,
Right.
you were in a different mindset 10 years ago. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
sometimes I'll like watch a movie that I watched as a kid and I'm like, I didn't enjoy this. I was watching it.
Oh
Or,
my
like,
God.
you don't
When
really
I watched
get the
The Little
concepts of
Mermaid
it.
again for the first time as an adult, as a parent, I was like, this is like, that was my movie when I was like a child. Like, I was the Little Mermaid. And now I'm like, oh my God, fuck this bitch. Daddy, I love him. Oh my God.
oh, it's
So
so bad.
stupid.
Like, even if you take out the maniacal fucking octopus, like, even if you take her out, it's still terrible.
It's like she does everything wrong and then at the end her dad's like, "Oh, you were right. Go ahead and get married at 16. This is a great idea."
And if you guys wanted a podcast of me and Taylor just shitting on the whole world, let us
My
know.
God. Yeah, that's basically what we're doing here. We'll try not to shit all over Megan when she comes to talk to us though.
No, I think it'll be fun.
It will
We
be
have
fun. I have questions.
We have an hour.
I have questions.
Well, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, like maybe like fewer like personal tangents and more like listening and asking questions.
Also, this gives us an insight into the jewelry thing. Like, it sounds like there's a lot of questions about the jewelry and the business and what goes into that kind of a business model.
Very true.
Different from pottery and the price points and things like that. I think there's some interesting ways to go with it.
Yeah, it would be interesting to hear her concept, like on something like, say, I don't know, Stationary Andrew's business model, where his top price is $5.
Is it really?
But also, he doesn't do a lot. He's getting the things printed as well. So, like, that's a different model. He's not physically
correct
making the things. But he relies a lot on the marketing and the admin side of it.
Right, exactly. So, but it would be interesting to hear that because that's still a creative job, like he's still creating like the
graphics. He has to
graphics.
create all the graphics for sure. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
like,
a
no,
lot.
like cards are $5, but he has bags for like 20 and shit like that. But still, it's definitely like relying on wholesale for the most part,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, we're way over. We should
Yes,
stop.
I need to go eat dinner.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. And
yes, thank
hopefully
you.
you enjoyed it.
And
we'll have another book club episode soon. And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening to another episode of Wheel Talk. This podcast is made possible through the contributions of all of our listeners who always ask us great questions, leave us reviews, and contact with us through social media. Thanks to all the fellow makers as well who take time to be interviewed and share about their lives and businesses.
And thank you to Ashley from Boldover Ceramics and Lindy from Lindy Garner Ceramics for their assistance on the Wheel Talk Podcast Instagram. You are invaluable. Thank you to everybody.